Hello, Spectre fam. Anthony August Holter here. So this is the Spectre Talk that I was talking about, dropping here in a couple days. It's going to be kind of a short one. I don't have too much to talk about, really. But I got a package. Super excited about it. And obviously I should be, because the package is none other than my author copy of Tips from the Other Side. Much bigger than I had thought that I had formatted it previously. But that's okay. No issues, no worries there, whatever. It's not a very long book. See, I think it's 69 pages, if I remember correctly. It was longer when I typed it out, but due to the formatting process, you have to do all these guidelines and everything. If you've ever done Kindle publishing, self-publishing, there's so much stuff to go through and guidelines to go through to get it approved. So I had to continuously format it down, which means I lost a bunch of pages while condensing it. So I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm happy with it. I've had people order it already and say that they look forward to reading it and that it's informative and fun to read and they like that it's not complicated. So it is still available on Amazon.com, Tips from the Other Side. So it's also in the ebook, the Kindle ebook version. I know a lot of people like to read their books on their phones nowadays. I like to have old-fashioned paper book. So you have those two options available. So yeah, go check out Tips from the Other Side on Amazon.com. So there's that, and I had mentioned previously on my Instagram live that I'm trying to get into like libraries and do some signing events, or even like reading events just to give people a little bit of information, about the supernatural world out there. But so there's that. I have even more exciting news. Excuse me. I'm super excited to announce that Spectre Paranormal will be going on their first investigation of the year very soon. And I mean very soon as in it could be this weekend, next weekend. It has to be before the 1st, according to my client. So I can't divulge really any information, obviously, about that location yet. But that location will be our first kind of official, longer than 20-minute Expedition Paranormal video. So it's super exciting. I'm all charged up and juiced about it. Got to get all my gear charged, and I have to find tripods again. When I moved here, the tripods are the only thing that I left because I didn't want to continue to pay an extra $50-$60 to fly extra baggage out here. So I had to find some tripods. But yeah, other than that, super excited to do an investigation and hopefully get some answers and figure out kind of what's going on and do some critical thinking and problem solving. On top of that, I've been noticing a lot of things in the paranormal community. It's kind of like being a security guard. You observe and report, except the person I'm reporting to is myself, really. I've always said that while we recognize that the field can be fun and exciting and, good times and all that stuff, it is a very serious field. What people experience are very real to them, regardless of beliefs, culture, choices, backgrounds, whatever. So don't have an unconscious or even subconscious bias going in. Your unconscious bias is literally, the first thing you assume about people without actually knowing them. It's like judging a book by its cover. But the thing that I'm noticing lately is so many people are jumping on the bandwagon of being a paranormal investigator. And there's nothing wrong with that initially, other than, it's always been suggested that it's not a good idea to investigate your own house, because, let's be honest, even though there's a starting point, you probably want to start investigating other locations, but you need to do your research. People are investigating anything just because, and labeling themselves as investigators. It takes more than that to become an investigator. It took me years to even give credibility and validity to myself before I labeled myself an investigator. So, err on the side of caution. For those of you that are new to the world, I do welcome you with open arms, but talk to other people. Talk to other people, network with people that have had other experiences, years of experiences. Kind of find a tutor. Don't investigate your own house personally by yourself. It seems, for whatever reason, when people do, that the activity or potential alleged activity becomes worse when that happens. And people are like, oh, I don't know why. My house is extremely haunted now. Or there's stuff going on. But do all your research. It's very important to know what you're getting into. Like with everything in the world, there are risks. There are risks to being a paranormal investigator, cryptozoologist, a minister in the field, a ufologist, all the subcategories, demonologist. There are risks to everything that you do in this field too. The more risks, really, the most common are the natural risks. What I see so often today, people don't ask permission to go to locations, even if they're abandoned buildings, which you still can't go into without permission, because you don't know if there's asbestos, stagnant water, mold, lead paint, things like that. But you're posing a huge safety risk going in there willy-nilly, because the biggest risk that there is yourself. Not yourself personally, but humans in general. A lot of these places, a lot of homeless will go into, and not one situation is always the same. Yes, sometimes, you might find the nice people, but on the other hand, you'll probably run into people that are going to chase you out, that are going to want to inflict harm on you. So there's a lot of natural risk involved. Don't just willy-nilly go. You have to plan things out. Think of safety routes and things like that. But before even all that, do your research. Is this a field that you really want to get into? Are you doing it for fame and views? And if you are, in my personal opinion, that's not good enough. That's not good enough at all. You know, Spectre Paranormal, myself, my team member, we're here to help. We're here to educate. We're here to, get rid of things that the client wants to. We're here to be part of the community. And even beyond that, we go beyond that. We go out into the community to truly help the community. I have the Adopt a Highway thing for our team that we do. Going to like conventions. If we don't get a chance to be a vendor, we'll volunteer to be, a coordinator or staff to help out. And so everything is rolled into a humbling experience. That's what it should be about. It should be about helping, educate yourself. Ask other people for help and experience and their opinions and what they think. Because really, this field is opinion based. There is no right or wrong answer. And, you can't. It's kind of finicky. It's like a double-edged sword. Because I don't think that the paranormal or supernatural will ever be classified as a science. So in a way, it's a pseudoscience. Like cryptozoology is a pseudoscience. But it's like, okay, the one side of the double-edged sword is, evidence that we capture proves that there's paranormal. And then on the other side, it doesn't, it's like disapproves the paranormal. So the field is either or, can't be disapproved, can't be approved, it's a whole bundle of crazy. And I love it. I absolutely love it. But just be cautious, be patient. There's thousands of Facebook groups to go join with a lot of people that have years and years of experience and opinions on certain things. Talk to people, ask them, see how they operate, go on tours. I'm sure, especially if you're out here in the East Coast in New England, in New Hampshire, Boston, they have like the Ghost and Greystone tours or night tours. Go on tours, kind of just slowly get your feet wet. Check it out. But ask for help. Don't dive in head first, because that's never really technically a good thing. So, but that's the end of my little rant. It's just because I care about you guys. I don't need anyone getting hurt. It's hard enough already when you deal with a case where people are suffering from a supernatural distress. Because like I said earlier, it's real to them. And it's our jobs as investigators when we take on those cases to, figure out what's going on and help them in any way we can. So it's, as an investigator, you have to take precautions to keep yourself safe and others and your team and guests or however you operate, whatever it is that you do. So take it with a grain of salt, just because I care. I care about people. And I don't want to see people get hurt more than they already are or whatnot. And that includes me. You can reach out to me too. I don't care. I love educating. I love helping people out, pointing them in the right direction. So feel free. You can message me on Instagram, Facebook, my email, spectreparanormal1@gmail.com. I'll put that in this video at some point. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to reach me too if you want to reach out. But so that being said, the summary of this Spectre Talk: go buy my book, Tips from the Other Side. It's got a nice little background snippet of me and the summary of the book. It's on Amazon.com. You can get it in ebook and paperback, and then upcoming investigations. So we'll let you know when we head out on the road for that. All right, keep it spooky, guys.